Changing a logo in Frames for Figma add-on is very easy. All you have to do is simply replace the element with the logo that your client requires. But first let me explain to you why do we see 4 different logos here. Well, if you zoom in, I'm going to close the identity page here. You can actually see that we have some variations here. We have basically 2 logos for each device, and that's because we want to have a dark and light variation as well. Mobile logo is a little bit smaller than a desktop one. And so to change the logo, what I have to do is simply go directly to the image element here. And then I can replace this image with whatever image that I want, or I can paste in an SVG file as well. And so I have this Frames logo here, which I pasted in right now. And as you can see, this is a vector file, which means it's an SVG file. I'm going to duplicate this one more time. And I'm going to make sure that these letters are using white color. So this would be a light variation. I'm going to Command X or Command C. I'm going to copy this logo. And I'm simply clicking on this logo by pressing a Command key and left click on my keyboard. This is going to directly select underlying element that I need to change. And now I can just simply right click and choose this Paste to Replace option. Or I can just press Shift plus Command plus R. Once I do this, you can see that my logo has been changed. I want to do the same for a light variation as well. So I'm going to click copy on this logo, Command left click and paste to replace. And now you can see I have 2 desktop logos. One is for the dark variation and one is light variation. I can do the same for mobile. So I'm going to just paste to replace and I'm going to scale it down a little bit. So instead of the height 45 pixels, I want 35 pixels. And I can do the same for the mobile dark variation as well if I want to. The other important thing is that once you change this logo, the Frames for Figma add-on Figma file is set up in a way that this logo is set to be a thumbnail image. So if I go to my thumbnail, you can actually see that my thumbnail logo changed. And that is because if you go to the identity page and you change this logo to the logo that your client requires, it automatically changes the thumbnail logo for you. And so when you go in your Figma files preview, it gives you a visual hint on which project you are working on. So that's how easy you can change the logo.